Okay, well, everybody should know by now. Tomorrow is election day. And if you know me, you know I was going to make a post about going to vote. I was at the bus stop going to work, and one of the young ladies said she was doing early voting, and she asked the individual were they was they going to vote, and they told her no because it wasn't going to make a difference. This is the mistake a lot of us make, that it's not going to make a difference. If it wasn't going to make a difference in your efforts to vote, why do you think they're trying so hard to keep us from voting? If we as African Americans would learn how to stick together, we can be so powerful, but we spend most of our time fighting each other. So clearly it's important for us to get out tomorrow and vote. For everyone who has already early voted, kudos to you, my applause, because I early voted too. But please be aware of the trickery that's going on. Like when I went to early vote, they changed the polling place. They split up the city versus the suburbs. So they're doing everything they can to keep you from voting. Twitter had a bunch of hacks from Russia that they had to um, take down, and those hacks was geared towards African Americans. So clearly our votes are important. We need to teach our young folks the importance of voting. A lot of people sacrifice their life to make sure we had the freedom. And if we're not careful, they're trying to roll us backwards. When you just shoot a black man or on the corner in front of their kids, and we don't see nothing wrong with that. When you have Republicans that takes Bret Kavenaugh, who was accused of violating a female, and you put him in the house of the Supreme Court, and then you want to tell his mother and his family you sorry for people demeaning his character, but you throw Bill Cosby up under the bus. Something is wrong with that picture. When you have this fool that sits in the dark house because it's no longer white, because there are clouds hovering over, and he's been on a tape talking about groping a woman's vagina, and y'all put him in the White House. This is serious. We need to vote. We cannot negate our rights. We need to exercise our right. Our vote is our voice, and we need to use them. You understand what I'm saying? This is serious. Local elections are important because the local officials make a lot of decisions. Your House and your Senates are made up people locally from your various states. Republicans are trying to take over. They already have control of the House and the Senate. We need to turn the states blue. Period. Now, let me say this for those who don't believe or whatever it may be. There is no perfect politician. So let's clear that up. No politician is perfect. But let me tell you, me, everybody else needs to understand we are the employer. They are the employee. They work off of our tax dollars, and we need to make them work for our tax dollars and stop sitting behind these closed doors complaining and saying nothing's going to happen, nothing's going to change. We have to make things change. If we stick together, if we band together and do what we need to do when it comes down to voting, we can make an impact. If we take ourselves off the corner and take that smarts that we use on the corner with selling drugs, we can do a whole lot of things. You understand what I'm saying? Don't let them box us in. Don't let them box us in. We're too good for that. And people have fought too hard. You're not in the color in the white bathrooms. You don't sit at the back of the bus anymore. Come on, let's get it together. We need to vote. This is serious. If it was not serious, why do you think they're spending all their time on these campaigns to make sure to blame the Democrats for things that the Republicans has done? That tax bill that they passed don't have nothing to do with you as a regular citizen. They have separated families. There's children still in those prisons that don't know where their mothers or their fathers are at. You understand what I'm saying? And as bad as we some of us don't like the LGBT community, they're still human beings. You don't treat human beings any kind of way. And to have a president that sit and incite hate where a man would get in his van and send bombs to various individuals. We don't give life, and we don't have a right to take life from anybody. You understand what I'm saying? We've had plenty of Republican presidents, and none of us has acted the way this man, individuals who support him, are acting now. So it lets you know that we need to do something. Bruce Rauner is running for governor again. When Bruce Rauner got in office, he said he was going to make a change. You know what the change was? He canceled every organization funding that would help people with low income. Daycare initiative, he cut it off. Stuff for seniors, cut it off. Mental disorder, cut it off. He killed it all. So you think we should put him back in office to do more damage than he's already done? Come on, let's be realistic here. Pay attention to the people who's running. Pay attention to what they do for you as a constituent. If they don't do anything that's positive, that's going to help and make a change in your life, then they need to have their butts removed from the seat. We need to stop just being comfortable with letting people sit in seats that don't deserve to sit in there. And prayerfully, I hope when it comes down to re-electing a president, we as African Americans will get out and vote and make sure he go too, because it's time for him to go. No elected official should have family members in office. They should have best friends in office, period. Because you're now helping us. We are no longer the United States. We are divided across the board. It is chaos and confusion everywhere we go. Nothing is prosperous for us. We are the one who's getting the short end of the stick. They sit behind those closed doors. They tell you stuff on TV. They make all these promises. They break down the line, and they sit behind these closed doors with their agenda they already have. They're taking money up on the table. You don't believe me? Look at Paul Ryan. He done did all his dirty stuff, and now he's not seeking re-election. Look at Rahm Emanuel. He done did all his dirty stuff, and now he's not seeking re-election. You understand what I'm saying? Pay attention to the signs. You got these politicians that's been in office forever and a day, and if nothing has changed in 2 years and they've been in office, they need to go. 20, 25 years, 10, 15, nobody should sit in office that long if they don't do nothing to help the community. TIF funds. Where's your TIF funds going? Chicago public schools are horrible. These kids don't even get nowhere near that the suburban schools get. Why is that? It's because of your elected officials who pick people to sit in seats that don't need to sit in there. Parents need to start going to these school meetings, these board meetings, whatever it is you need to go to. You need to go to your CAP meetings in your communities, make your voices heard, but most of all, tomorrow, November the 6th, every elected official that's on those ballots, you need to make sure you get out there and vote. There are 4 things on that ballot. 4. One on the ballot is talking about the minimum wage. Should they be fair? Yes, they should be. The second one is some of the entities in the state do not get sick days. That's wrong. The mayor, the governor, everybody gets sick days. Why can't employees get sick days? That's crazy to me. Yes, they should get it. Now, there's something else on there. Legalizing marijuana. They want to tax it. You know what I said? No, because you tax the bags, you tax property, you tax water, you tax garbage, and what are you doing with that money right now? You're not doing nothing with it. So why you want to tax the marijuana? You didn't want to legalize anyway, so now that it's been pushed to be legalized, now you want to add taxes to it. Why? You got enough money you'll do nothing with. Toll money. Where's the toll money going? Where? The lottery money's supposed to go to the libraries and the schools. Did you see any going to the library and schools? No. The last agenda that's on there for the city is it's supposed to be some type of tax credit. It's supposed to save on your property. But the catch is it's $100,000 or more. Who lives in the city that makes $100,000? Holman, Cicero, Pulaski Lake, Washington, Madison, nobody over there make $100,000. Most of the people over there is $50,000 and below, and some are unemployed. So how are you helping the property owners? Make sure you read, because that's where they hide stuff. They don't want us to read anything. They don't want us to pay attention to anything. They don't want us to stick together. It's a ploy to keep us divided, and we need to not be divided. We need to be united and go out and vote. If you can stand in line for some Air Jordans or wherever it is they sell them, you can stand in line to go vote. Understand me when I say this is the most important election of a lifetime, and it's going to make a difference. Now, for the judges, and this is no reflection on no men, understand me if you're on here watching, but I did not vote for one judge that was a male. I put no. I put all women, because we had men in office forever in the day, and they have made a complete mess. We are in chaos and confusion. You understand? When the city is taxing for garbage, you're taxing for property, depending on how many units you have, and we don't feel the need that we should vote. We should vote. We should start paying attention. We should teach our kids the importance of voting so they can know. A lot of these kids don't know how important it is to vote because they have not been taught. They don't teach Black history in school. They teach Christopher Columbus in school, their history, but our history goes to the back burner. And if you want to be honest, we are the smarter people. We just don't use it in the wise way. But I'm saying to you, go vote. Tell your family. Tell your friends, and even tell your enemies. Make a phone call. You post everything else. Post, go vote tomorrow. Post it. You got Twitter. You got Facebook. You got Instagram. You got YouTube. You got Tumblr. You got all kinds of outlets of social media, and we need to use those outlets to create the awareness to let us go vote. And after the vote and the election is over, don't let it stop after the election. Continue to let your voice be heard. If you don't like something, call your representative. Make them work for the money that they get. Don't let them sit there laxy-daisy doing nothing and twiddling their fingers and do what they want to do and take care of the people that's in their circle or who's close to them. No, make them work for your vote. That's what you need to do. We don't make people work. When I lived in the city, I used to walk to the alderman's office every day if I wanted something done, and I worked her nerve. You know why? Because she is my employee. Whether I vote for her or put her in office or not, she's my employee. And to have a man in the Oval Office that tweet like he do with all this crap, and then the rest of the Republicans go along and say it's okay and we condone this nonsense and this mess, it's time to cease. We need to make an impact. And tomorrow we need to let our voice be heard across these 50 states. Yes, we need to let it be heard. Go vote. I know this is a long video, but I've been thinking about this all the way home from work because I listen to the conversations of people talking. We're good at talking and complaining, but let's put some actions to our conversation. No longer behind closed doors. Let's do something about it. That's all I'm saying. Okay? Sorry to hold up y'all night, but I still mean what I say. Go vote. Seriously. It ain't no joke. If you don't do it for yourself, do it for the future of your children. Because their future is dependent on your vote tomorrow. Because if you don't vote and you let these fools get back in office, you think it's bad now? And let me say this. I know God can make a way. He can change anything he wants to. But we have to do our part too. There's a part that we need to play. He ain't going to sit up. He ain't going to come down here and go to the polls for us. He's not going to do that. We have to go. We have to make that one step. That's our one step. Go vote. You go vote. He'll do the rest. Okay? Makes sense. All right. Y'all have a good night. Thank y'all. Bye-bye.